This is a great camera, but it needs a little more accessories to get the full functionality. Let's get straight into how I rig out my FX3 camera for when I'm shooting videos. See, this is the FX3, bare bones, almost no accessories on it, and when you buy it out of the box, this is all you're really going to get. Unfortunately, the body alone can be enough, obviously with the lens and SD card and the battery, but before you know it, you need to rig it out, add a few more accessories just to get the best out of the camera. The first thing when it comes to rigging out your camera is putting on the cage. This is a newer half cage for the FX3 cameras, but also works on the FX30, so they have the similar body and similar build, so most accessories for FX3 will also fit on the FX30. It's something that's always on my camera, but I actually realized I'd never take it off. This, for this video, is the first time I've actually taken off this cage. So tighten that one there. Then at the bottom here, just want to tighten this in a little bit here. There we go. And that's it. You can see it doesn't add too much to the camera, but it just means I have more mounting points to an accessory. If I had the attachment on top, which I don't know where it is, I haven't used it for a while, but don't judge me, I just know where it is. And the good thing about this particular cage is that it adds in a shoe mount point here as well on the side, because when you add in more accessories, you notice that where the shoe mount is placed on here, it's going to get covered. You want to make sure the audio sounds good, so I use the XLR handle that comes with the FX3 when you purchase it. This is my go-to microphone for a shotgun. The quality is great, it's really good range and sounds really good, so I recommend this microphone. It's a bit more expensive, so there are cheaper alternatives, but this is the one that I like to use. So the good thing about this is that once you have it plugged into the XLR at the top of the camera, it also powers a microphone as well, so you don't need that additional battery. It's really loose, right? If I put it like that, it's gonna fall out. So what I've actually found on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description, everything in this build, you'll see a link in the description. These microphone adapters, close it off, and there we go. Now it's just that little bit more snug. So I can't overlook one of the most important accessories of the camera. My go-to lens is the Tamron 28-78mm lens, and it's 2.8 aperture as a go-to lens for any of my videography needs. In most situations, it can get wide enough, and also close up enough at 75. But to power the camera, right now we have the standard MP FZ100 battery, which is the battery that comes with the camera. It doesn't last as long as I would like it to. It lasts maybe 2-3 hours, and I'm going to add way more accessories to this. So that's where my good friend at Small Rig, not sponsoring this video by the way, no one sponsors the video, it's all paid for out of my own pocket, so it's expensive. So this is the Small Rig V mount battery, and this is a great battery because you're going to notice in a second, it's going to power the entire rig. But if you look at it, you're probably thinking it doesn't quite fit. Where's it going to go? How do you carry this rig? It's already heavy as it is, but where's the battery going to go? This V mount battery mount. And the great thing about the V battery mount cage we've added is that although it does come with a mounting tool to mount it at the bottom of the camera, we don't need this. And the reason we don't need this is because our cage covers the same connection point. So I can literally just slide it in like so, slide it in, and that's it. Turn it over, and there we have our rig. How do we actually get the power into the camera? This is where we use our... Whilst I was filming that video, the battery actually died on me. If I was using a V-mount battery here, it would not have died. When it's on 100%, my only issue is overheating, and that will not happen with the FX3. My A7 IV unfortunately will, but the battery life on the VR battery lasts so long. Anyway, let me change the battery and let's get back to the video. Let's continue where we just left off. So, in order to power the camera, I like to use a dummy battery, and now the camera has got power, just like that. In order for another grip point, just to make my grip a little bit better, the Small Rig side handle, and now a bit more grip. So using obviously the built-in grip from the body on this side and the handle grip here, just to give me that bit more support. But if you really want to get the best support, you put it close to your chest here like this. But you're probably thinking, wait, how do I see when I'm recording if it's built like this, right? So that's where my monitor comes in. It's low-end monitor, but it does the job. If I don't use this, I would like to use a monitor control app to clamp it to the point here. So I just mount it to the back here. This is a right-angled HDMI, just to make it a bit easier to go into the camera. This is where the V-mount battery comes in again to save the day. So just a standard USB, plug that directly in, and then with that USB plugged in, we now turn this on. We now have power. But one more thing we almost forgot, which is super important. So my ND filter is a very popular Peter McKinnon, but This is an expensive filter. It's not the cheapest filter in the world. It's about £250, maybe 200. How can I get the best out of this filter? Because different lenses have different sizes. So I bought the biggest size available, and then I bought the cheap accessories, which is step-up rings. These step-up rings means that you can add different filters, different lenses by just stepping it up. I think I bought a pack of 5 for like £5 on Amazon. There we go. But this is how I rig out my FX3 for most of my video shoots. But what I will say I like about this rig that you can't see, you should be able to see from over here. With the new version 7 update, you can now add the big 6 screen. So this makes it easy for me to control all of my settings and have everything done directly on the camera, so I can have quick controls on here, but still see everything I need to over in the monitors up here. That is my FX3 build.